What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and some big news on the video right now. This takes us one step closer to our journey back to 1 cent, $1. Who knows what that looks like, but this takes us one step closer. Pretty big announcement. If you are interested in Terra Luna Classic or you're holding for the long term, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with everything going on with Luna Classic. And to get this information out, you know what to do. Smash the like button. You've been sending it absolutely to the moon recently, so let's send the like button as high as the price of Luna Classic is going to go. And let's jump into this one. So we got some news from Edward Kim, one of the big initial founders of Terra Rebel, saying Terra Classic governance has passed. Prop 4661. The treasury parameter rates have already been updated. Once the new epoch starts, block 9475200, the effective tax rate will automatically be changed to 1.2% burn tax. So that was tweeted out only a matter of hours ago, but it is done. It is passed. It passed with a 99.88% agreement rate, which is absolutely insane. So we are locked in and we are getting ready for the 1.2% burn tax. Now, I've done a couple of videos recently in terms of what that looks like from a volume perspective. What does that look like in terms of our burn mechanism? Equally, what does that look like from a price perspective and how many Luna Classic can be burnt? So, you know, again, it was a really interesting statement someone said, but this just proves that when Terra Rebels go and say they're going to do something, they absolutely deliver. Now, the other thing we talked about and that I think is going to be interesting over the course of the next month or two is this Binance AMA. Now, we know that the 1.2% burn tax goes live on the 21st. We know Binance is meant to be having an AMA on the 22nd. Now, Edward Kim came out and tweeted out and said, I think Vegas is going. They rescheduled though for October the 6th. I think I will bring you that information over on my Twitter page if you haven't already. Stay up to date. Don't forget to follow me over there. Link is in the description. But this could be Binance again, just pushing it back. Given the current price rate, given the current uncertainty that feels like is in the market, this could be Binance just letting it trade for 2 or 3 weeks before they make a decision. Now, we did see this really interesting article here that says Binance's final announcement. I persist, however, the real purpose of the AMA is for Binance to officially announce its final decision to fully implement the 1.2% tax burn proposal at spot level. To my mind, there is no other reason why Binance would wait 2 days after the on-chain implementation of the tax and burn initiative in order to meet with the Terra Rebels team to discuss a potential IBC with Luna Classic. The AMA will be a welcome home celebration for Terra Rebels and the entire Luna Classic community. We have long awaited a Binance to support Luna Classic and its burn initiative, and then it talks a little bit about the price. That's not from Binance, that is on James Mendes on medium.com, but we'll have to wait and see. We don't know fully if it has been delayed. I've always said this though, the Binance AMA a couple of days afterwards for me was them to signify we are going to do it, and I think they're playing a very smart game right now. We've seen Qcoin, we've seen Kraken come out and say we're not going to do the on-chain 1.2% burn tax. Now, we know that Vegas Morph and a few of the others have been very close and working hand in hand with Binance. We also know that CZ has been involved in Terra Luna Classic and was heavily involved when the network went down beforehand. So this could be, you know, Binance absolutely poker facing the majority of the market and then landing the 1.2% burn tax. So potentially we could be in for a pretty insane ride. Equally, it wouldn't surprise me if we have to wait another week or two until we get that 1.2% burn tax. But for me, it's going to be really interesting. It cannot come soon enough until we get that on chain. So certainly going to be interesting to talk about. Now, like I said, we did get the parameter change for 1.2% burn. That is in. There is the code changes that tells us what's going to happen. You see there, look, 99.88% voted yes. Absolutely insane number. Well, what does it actually mean? A lot of people say they know, but I wanted to just update you and bring you to speed with exactly what we're going to get. So again, it talks about the on-chain transactions as first described in Prop 3568 for the 1.2% burn and Proposal 1459 distribution of the V22. Taxes will be charged and burned for on-chain activities such as sending between wallets and smart contracts that interact with the chain, that being the Terra Classic blockchain. This parameter change cannot enforce taxes on off-chain activity like trading on centralized exchanges. However, depending on the mechanism that the trading exchanges use, such as moving from hot to cold wallets, that activity can and will be taxed and burnt. There are many implications to this tax, both technically and economically. We would like the community to be fully aware of the pros and cons before deciding to move forward. Now, obviously, we have gone forward and done it, but it says about some of the rate measurements that they can do, some of the parameters. But ultimately, here is the big one that we want to be aware of. So it says the message sends sending from one wallet to another on the Terra Classic blockchain will be taxed. Sending from multiple senders to a multiple receiver is taxed once. These bundled D-app and smart contract transactions, each bundled is taxed as pairs and taxed, which is good news. Swapping, then sending to another wallet will be taxed. Creating a new smart contract, taxed. Smart contract transactions also taxed. So then it gives us a bit of a flavor here. So you can see, look, so from Binance to on-chain is going to be taxed, but from delegator to validator, not taxed. Equally on-chain to on-chain, this is the message sender, which will be taxed unless it is on those centralized exchanges that are not supporting it. So again, it's got a lot of here implications, and the cons: tax are potentially detrimental long-term economic activity. That's why it's changeable. Equally, no guarantee that centralized exchanges will burn the off-chain, and that ultimately is the big thing right now. Do we see a big change in the centralized exchanges? Like I said right at the very start, I think Binance are poker facing this. Time is going to tell. I don't have any other information that you don't. What I do know though is what they are about, and Binance is about making money. And I think right now we know that Mexi's got a 5x in terms of volume. We know Coin In, a very, very small exchange, has gone up in 4x in volume. So the money is there. Binance, I think, are poker facing it. I'll get you the information as soon as I can about the AMA. I'm hoping it is on the 22nd of September, but if it's on the 6th of October, it's going to give us a couple of weeks to really understand. And like I said, the price being low means we burn significantly more Lunar Classic coins. If that's something you like and you got some use out of that video, please do me a favor, hit the like button. It sends us up in the old algorithm, shows me that you support the channel and you support Terra Lunar Classic. As ever, subscribe for more Terra Lunar content, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.